Hi friends, hope all of you are doing good and I hope you have go through the last two videos and we have been discussing regarding the arithmetic sequences, and in the last two videos we discussed number sequences and their algebraic form. Then what was a number sequence? What type of numbers can we call as a number sequence? Do you remember? Yes, we have seen that a group of numbers which can be written as first, second, third and so on using a particular condition can be called as a number sequence, right? And we have seen how to write the algebraic form of such number sequences also, right? For example, we have seen that the set of even numbers, that means which starts with 2, 4, 6, etc. We have seen that it is a number sequence, it is following a pattern, right? So, how we are obtaining the successive terms in this? In the position number 1 we have 2, position number 2 we have 4, position number 3 we have 6, etc. So, there is a relation between the position number and the terms, right? So, in that manner we can see that the nth number will be, what will be the nth positioned number? What will be the nth position number? Yes, we have seen that it will be 2n. We can see that 1 multiplied by 2, 2. Then 2 multiplied by 2, 4. 3 multiplied by 2, 6. That is, the position number is being multiplied by 2 and we are obtaining the successive terms, right? So, this 2n can be called as the algebraic form of the sequence. So, this much we have discussed, right? Now, we are going to a new concept in this video. Clear? Okay, fine. Now, let me ask you one thing. What about if we are collecting the prime numbers? Do you remember what you mean by a prime number? What do you mean by a prime number? What do you mean by a prime number? Do you remember the concept that we have studied in the lower classes? Prime numbers are the numbers which are having the divisors as the number itself and 1 alone, right? The first prime number is 2, right? Again we have the first prime number 2, then it is coming 3, right? Both the numbers have the divisors as 2 and 1. For this one 3 and 1, right? Now next prime number it is 5, then coming 7. What about 9? Is it a prime number? For the number 9, we can see that divisors are 1 is a divisor, then what else? Yes, we have 3 as a factor, 1 as a factor, 3 as a factor, then 9 as a factor, right? So, 9 have 1, 3 and 9 as factors. So, we cannot say that 9 is a prime number, right? So, the next prime number will be 9, 10, then 11. Yes, right. Then 13, etc. So, this will be the collection of prime numbers. Now, we will see whether it is a number sequence or not, right? We have seen that a number sequence can be written according to a particular condition. There will be a particular relation between the position number as well as the terms, right? So, let us see how it will work here, right? Now, here we have in the first position we have number 2. Okay, second position we have number 3, third position we have 5, fourth position we have 7, fifth position we have 11 and sixth position we have 13. Just try, can we find out any relation connecting the position numbers as well as the terms? Is there any relation? For the first term, it will be looking like 1 into 2 equal to 2, right? And here also, here the difference is 2. Here the difference is again 2, here also the difference is 2, but while coming to this, what is the difference? It is having a difference of 4. So, actually we can see that this collection of numbers is not following any particular condition, right? And it cannot be written in a form like 2n or 2n plus 1 like that. It cannot be written in an algebraic form. There is not any particular algebraic form for this collection of numbers, and hence we can say that prime numbers is cannot be considered as a number sequence. Okay, so this cannot be considered as a number sequence. So those numbers which cannot be written in a particular form of algebraic form cannot be called as a number sequence. One example is prime numbers. Okay, so I hope the idea is clear for you. Now again I am going to consider some of the number sequences that we already discussed about. Okay, what was the first number sequence that we discussed about? Yes, that was the counting numbers itself, right? Let me write that first. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Right? Position numbers as well as the terms are the same for the natural numbers. Right? Now let me write the even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. Okay. Let me write the multiples of 3. Okay. Then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. Okay. Now here I am going to consider the fourth sequence as the powers of 2. Okay. What about the powers of 2? That is 2. Then 2 power 1 is 2. 2 power 2 is 4. Then what is 2 power 3? That is equal to 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 8. Then 2 power 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. We have to multiply 2 4 times. So that will be giving 16. Next 2 power 5 means 2 getting multiplied 5 times. So it will be 32. You can calculate. Okay. So like that it will be going. Fine. Now do you have any other pattern? Okay. So this much patterns we are considering now. Okay. Let me analyze how we are getting the successive term. Is there any peculiarity for these terms that we are going to analyze? Okay. So while considering the first sequence, let me number it as first, second, third and fourth. Okay. Let me consider the first set of numbers. How we are getting the successive term? Here 1, then it is coming 2. Just we added 1 to the first term in order to get the second term. Okay. Then again 2 plus 1 we are getting 3. Then 3 plus 1 we are getting 4. 4 plus 1 we are getting 5. Next term will be 5 plus 1. Okay. So we can see that each terms can be obtained by adding 1 to the previous term. Right? Just we are adding 1 to the previous term in order to get the next number. So that is how we are making this sequence. That means we are adding plus 1. Okay. This is the criteria of getting the terms in the sequence. Now, can you check whether is there any criteria like that here in the second sequence? Just find it out. Is there any criteria like that? Yes. Here also we are adding a particular number in order to get the successive terms. Right? Then what is that number? Let me see. Here we have 2. Then if we are adding the number, again 2 with the 2 we will be getting 4. Right? Then along with 4 again we are adding one more 2. So we are getting 6. Then one more 2 means 6 plus 2 equal to 8. 8 plus 2 equal to 10. Then the next number will be 10 plus 2 equal to 12. Right? So here also we got a number that is being added to each term in order to get the next term. That is we are adding 2 to each term. Clear? Now what about the third one? Is it like that? Yes, very easy. Here also you can see that first term is 3. Then 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. Then 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. Then what about the next term? Yes, very easy. It will be 15 plus 3 equal to 18. Here also we are adding a plus 3 to each of the term in order to get the next term. So that is little interesting, right? Now, well, we are going for the fourth sequence. What can you say regarding the fourth sequence? Okay. So let us see whether the same criteria can be worked out here also. Okay. So we are going to find out whether any terms, whether any number is being added to the first term. Okay, so here the difference between the first and the second can be seen as 2, right? 2 plus 2 equal to 4. So here we added, here just we added plus 2 in order to get the second term. Okay, now what about the third term? 4 plus 2 equal to 6. But here we have only, here we have 8. We don't have a 6. So here we have added the number 4. So there we just missed this criteria, right? Okay. Then what about the next? Here also, if you are adding 8 plus not 4 also, here 8 plus 8 itself is adding, right? Then while going to the other, it will be plus 16. So we can see that actually the criteria that followed in the first, second and third sequences has been failed in the fourth one. There is no such number is being added with the previous term in order to get the next term, right? That criteria has been followed in the first, second and third sequence, but it has failed in the fourth sequence. Okay, so here at this moment we are going to differentiate the first 3 sequences from the fourth sequence. Okay, so these 3 sequences can be given a special name because they are following a similar criterion, right? And that name is arithmetic sequences. Clear? Anyway, all the 4 sequences are number sequences, but among them the first 3 can be called as arithmetic sequences. They are called as arithmetic sequences, and their peculiarity is that we are adding a particular number to each of the term in order to get the next term. Okay, so we can say that the fourth sequence is not an arithmetic sequence. So this is not an arithmetic sequence, while the first 3 can be called as an arithmetic sequence. Remember, it is an arithmetic sequence. What is the peculiarity of that? A particular number is being added to the previous term in order to get the next term. Okay, so let's learn more about this. Okay, so we have seen an arithmetic sequence, right? So what was the criteria for forming an arithmetic sequence? We'll be starting with the any number, right? There is no particular criteria of starting with the number, right? We can start with any number and a particular number will be added to the first number in order to get the second number. Then again the same number will be added here with the second term also. Then we will be getting the third term, right? So that was the criteria for an arithmetic sequence, right? Now let's see how the definition will be. Clear? Okay, so we can see that a sequence got by starting with any number. It can start with any number. We can start with any number. Okay, and adding a fixed number repeatedly is called an arithmetic sequence, right? So remember, an arithmetic sequence is a sequence got by starting with any number and a particular number, a fixed number is being added repeatedly. So that can be called as an arithmetic sequence. Clear? And we are going to name the terms used in this definition. Okay, so we have seen that a fixed number being added with each of the term. Okay, so we are going to give a special name to this fixed number, and that is the common difference. It can be called as a common difference, and usually we will be denoting these terms by the letter small letter d. Actually there is no special consideration as it should be d. We will just, for a general purpose, we are choosing it as only d. You can use any other notation also, no problem. Okay, so the fixed number here can be called as a common difference. So now my question, why it is called as a common difference? Why it is called as a difference? Okay, we will see that also. Let me go back to the second sequence. Okay, there we have seen it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. Clear? Now let me see, we have seen that the number 2 being added to each of the term. Okay, now let me take the difference between the second and the first term. Okay, 4 minus 2 equal to 2. Clear? Now 6 minus 4 equal to 2. 8 minus 6 equal to 2. 10 minus 8 equal to 2. So what is that? We can see that every two these terms can be called as consecutive terms, right? The terms nearby can be called as consecutive terms. So we can see that the difference between any two consecutive terms will be a fixed number, and that is called as the common difference, and it is the same number that is being added. Clear? Is the idea clear? You can see that in an arithmetic sequence, the difference between any two consecutive terms will be a fixed number, and that is why it is called as a common difference. Okay? So I hope the idea regarding arithmetic sequence is clear for you. Okay? We will see some of the examples. Now we will consider a number sequence and we will check whether it is an arithmetic sequence or not. Fine? Now we are going to take the sequence of numbers which give the remainder 2 on division by 3. Okay? So we are going to consider the set of numbers which give remainder equal to 2 on division by 3. Okay. So I think we have discussed about this number sequence already, right? Okay. So what is the first number which gives a remainder 2 while dividing by 3? What is that number? Let me we are considering only natural numbers, fine? Okay. What about 1? While dividing by 3 it gives remainder 1 itself, right? Okay. What about the number 2? While dividing with 3 it is giving a remainder of 2 itself. Okay. So first number we got which is giving a remainder of 2 while dividing by 3. Okay. So first number we got as, what is it? Okay, 2. We got the first number on division by 3 which is giving the remainder 2 is 2 itself. What about 3? 3 will be giving the remainder 0. That is obvious, right? Now what about 4? It will be giving remainder 1. Fine. We can discard that. Now what about the next number 5? On division by 3. 5 on division by 3 will be giving the remainder 2. Obviously satisfying the condition, right? So the next number is 5. So how we are obtaining the numbers? Just we need to take the multiples of 3 and add 2. So easily we can get the numbers, right? 3 plus 2 equal to 5. Then next multiple is coming 6. So in order to get the remainder 2, 6 plus 2 is 8, right? 8 by 3, just see, 8 by 3. 8 by 8 divided by 3 will be 2 times 2 into 3 is 6 and the remainder will be 2. Okay. The next number on division by 3 will, which is giving remainder 2. What is that? Yes, it is 11. Then it is coming 12 plus 2, 14, etc. Like that the sequence will be going. Okay. Now just see whether the sequence is an arithmetic sequence. Remember what was the criteria for identifying as an arithmetic sequence? There should be a common difference between the consecutive terms, right? So let's see how it works here. So let me take the first two consecutive terms, 5 and 2. What is the difference between 5 and 2? It is equal to 3. Okay, 5 and 2 difference is 3. The next two terms, 8 minus 5, that is equal to 3. Again it is giving 3. Then 11 minus 8, it is also giving 3. Then 14 minus 11, it is also giving 3, right? So we can see that there is a common difference between the consecutive terms of the sequence and hence it can be called as a arithmetic sequence. It is starting with the number 2 and the fixed number 3 is being added to each of the term in order to get the next term. So that can be called as a arithmetic sequence. And do we have any other example? Okay, let me see the numbers ending with 0 among the natural numbers. Okay, we discussed about this already. Okay, so the first number ending with 0 is, yes, 10. Then coming 20, 30, 40, etc. It is very easy, right? So what is there any number that is being added to each of the term? Just see the difference. Okay, 20 minus 10. What is 20 minus 10? It is 10. Okay, then 30 minus 20 again 10. 40 minus 30 again 10. So again you can see that there is a common difference between any two consecutive terms. So again that can be called as a arithmetic sequence. Okay, and the common difference here is 10. For the sequence the common difference is 3. Fine. Okay. Now let me have the sequence of numbers which are powers of 3. What about the powers of 3? Is it a arithmetic sequence or not? We'll see. Okay. Powers of 3 means we'll be starting with 3 power 1, that is equal to 3. Then 3 square, that is equal to 9. 3 cube, what is 3 cube? 27. Then 27, then 3 power 4, what is 3 power 4? That is equal to 81. Like that it is going. We will see whether it is an arithmetic sequence or not. Okay. What is the first number? 3. What is being added to 3 in order to get the second term? 9 minus 3 is, here the difference is 6. Now here what is the difference? 27 minus 9, what is the difference? It is 18. So you can see that the criteria failed here. There is no common difference between the consecutive terms. We can see that the first two consecutive terms differs by 6, while the next two consecutive term differs by 18. So there is no such common difference. So it cannot be called as a arithmetic sequence. Okay. Now let me have another interesting sequence. Okay. Let me have the number 5. First term I am keeping as 5. Okay. The next term also I am keeping as 5. The next term again 5. The next term again 5, etc. That means the sequence is containing only 5s. Fine. Is it a number sequence? In every position it is giving 5 itself. So the algebraic form will be, for any term it will be 5 itself. So the algebraic form is 5 again. Okay. So it can be called as a number sequence. Now the question is whether it is an arithmetic sequence or not. It is starting with the number 5 and throughout it is having 5 only. Okay. So let's see the difference between the consecutive term. 5 minus 5. What is 5 minus 5? Yes, it is the number one and only 0. Okay. 5 minus 5 is 0. Then 5 minus 5, 0. 5 minus 5, 0. Right. So again it is following a common difference between the consecutive terms, so that it can be called as a arithmetic sequence. That is little interesting, right? Fine. Okay, so we got another arithmetic sequence and it can be called as a constant sequence because it is having only one number. Okay, can you make any other arithmetic sequence using this? Yes, simply we can take 7, 7, 7, 7, etc. It is also an arithmetic sequence with common difference 0. So this is what an arithmetic sequence. So we have seen that an arithmetic sequence is a sequence got by starting with any number and a fixed number is being added repeatedly to each of the term in order to get the next term. So such a number sequence can be called as an arithmetic sequence. Okay, we will continue in the next video. I hope you like the video, and if you have any doubt you can comment in the comment box. If you like the video, just like and share with your friends. Also subscribe our channel. Thank you.